In the previous video, we explored Laravel 13 in which we saw what is new, what changed, and whether you should upgrade or not. Now in this video, we are going to install Laravel 13 step by step. But not just installation, we will also understand the project structure so you clearly know what each folder does and how Laravel works internally. Hi everyone, this is Umesh Rana and welcome back to Programming Fields. By the end of this video, you will not only have Laravel 13 installed, but also a solid understanding of its structure. So let's get started. And here we have a quick agenda of today's episode. So firstly, we will discuss about requirements before installing Laravel 13. Then we will go through the installation steps. Then we will run our Laravel application and we'll discuss about folder structure and routing. But before installing Laravel, let's understand why these requirements are needed. So let's get started. So I have jumped on official documentation of Laravel 13 and here we have this release notes. In this release notes, we have this support policy and in which this is specified for Laravel version 13, this needed PHP 8.3 to 8.5. So minimum this supports PHP 8.3. Now let's understand why these requirements are needed. So Laravel runs on PHP. So this is your runtime environment. Laravel 13 specifically requires PHP 8.3 because it uses modern PHP features for better performance and cleaner code. Now this needed one more thing as Composer. So Composer is a dependency manager and this helps Laravel install all required packages automatically. So whenever you install Laravel, Composer is actually doing most of the work in the background. So we will follow the installation step. So I will jump on getting started, installation, and inside this, if you'll scroll down, and here we have this creating a Laravel application using AI. So if you are already using AI coding agent like Cloud Code or Open Code, you can create the Laravel application using prompt itself. And here we have a quick prompt of installing Laravel 13. So in Cloud Code or Open Code, if you'll paste this prompt like I'm building a new Laravel application, fetch and follow the instructions from this official website. So this will install Laravel latest version. Now we will jump to the next steps for installing Laravel, which is Laravel installer. So in order to go with this Laravel installer, we need PHP, Composer, and the Laravel installer. And additionally, for the front-end dependencies manager, we need Node and NPM or even Bun. So the Composer will run the dependency manager, and this Composer method is like one-time installation step. Next, we have this Laravel installer. So this is faster for repeated uses. Now, if you create Laravel projects frequently, we can use Laravel installer. But if occasionally, then we can go through the Composer itself. Now we will jump to the creating a Laravel application using Laravel installer. So here, firstly, I will jump to the terminal. And before installing, I will check my PHP version using PHP -- version. Now currently I have PHP 8.4.14. And this is sufficient to install Laravel 13 because it requires minimum PHP 8.3. Now next I will check for Composer version. So I have Composer version as 2.8.9, which is also sufficient. Next I will check for Node version because for front-end dependencies, we needed Node or Bun. So I already have this version 25.2.0. However, this is optional if you are not creating the front-end applications using Laravel. So for installing Laravel 13, at least you need Composer and PHP, okay? So these are the minimum prerequisites to install Laravel 13. Next, I will check for Laravel installer version. So for that, I will simply type Laravel -- version. Now already I have Laravel installer installed with the version as 5.16. So I have Laravel installer, Composer, PHP and Node also. So now I'm good to go with Laravel 13 installation. So simply I will type Laravel new and I will hit enter. Now here it is asking for the project name. So I will give like first Laravel app. I will hit enter. And now it is asking which starter kit would you like to install. As of now, I don't want to go with any starter kit. So I will go with default none. And regarding the testing framework, let's go by default with paste. Now this is creating a fresh Laravel 13 project. So let's wait for a couple of seconds. Now regarding the database, this is asking which database would you like to prefer. By default, I will go with SQLite itself. And this already executed the default migrations. Now next, this will install the paste for testing framework. Now lastly, this is asking, would you like to run npm install and npm run build? So this will be needed only when you are using any starter kit while installing it. So if you remember, here we have not selected any starter kit at the top. By default, we selected none. Right? Here in the starter kit, we selected none. So here currently we don't need to install this node modules for the front-end dependencies because we don't have any starter kit to use these front-end dependencies. So by default, I will select no as of now. And yes, the installation has been completed successfully. Now I will navigate to the project folder using cd first Laravel application. Okay. And I will open this in the VS Code editor. So I have typed code dot. Now the project has been opened in the VS Code successfully. Now initially I will jump to the composer.json file. And here I will check for the Laravel framework version. So currently this is Laravel 13.0. We have PHP 8.3, which is the minimum requirement for this Laravel 13. Rest we have other development dependencies added here. Okay. So this is all about composer.json file. Now before discussing the folder structure, I will quickly run the application using terminal itself. So I will quickly open the terminal. Next I will run the application using composer run dev command. So here it already instructed, firstly navigate to the project folder, run npm install and npm run build, but this is optional if you are not using any starter kit for handling the front-end dependencies. And lastly, in order to run the Laravel application, we should run composer run dev command. So I have already typed this command. Now let's hit enter. Now this said with command not found because we have not installed node modules for this application, correct? So this composer run dev command will execute two commands simultaneously. The first one is php audition serve and another one is npm run dev. So here this tried to execute both commands together, but we don't have the node modules installed for this project. So this thrown error as with command not found, right? So for this, I will simply run it using php audition serve. Now this started running this project on localhost 8000 port. So I will try to access that using localhost 8000. And here we have a brand new homepage of Laravel 13. Now we will check out the second step for installing Laravel. Currently we have followed the Laravel installer command. Now in the documentation itself, if you'll scroll down, here we have another installation step using herd itself. So this is a super fast development environment for Laravel and PHP. And this is applicable for Mac OS and Windows. So regarding this herd, I will make a separate dedicated video because firstly we will have to set up the herd and then inside that we will install Laravel. So here this is applicable for Windows. For the Windows, we will have to download the Windows installer file for this herd and then we will have to configure it. Next we have this herd on Mac OS. So if you are using Mac, then you can directly install herd first and then again we will have to follow the same CLI step for installing Laravel in that. So this is done. Now let's navigate to the terminal and If you want to install it using Composer Create Project as well, that will also work. So let's say I will open a new terminal window and I will navigate to one directory back, and inside this I will type Composer Create Project and preferredest. Okay. Then we will have to type Laravel/Laravel, and we will have to specify the project name. So let's say I want to give the project name as second Lara app. All right. I will hit enter, and now this is creating Laravel application without asking any front-end starter kits and also the testing framework. This has already executed the default migrations as well. Again, if we'll navigate to this folder as second Lara app, and if we'll open this in the VS Code editor, we have the same folder structure as we had installed it using the first step. Okay, so let me dock this side by side. So we have the same folder structure. Now we will take a quick look of the folder structure of this Laravel 13. However, in Laravel 13, there is no any change in the folder structure. Now we will quickly take a look at this folder structure. So we'll start from this app folder. So you can think of this as the brain of your entire application. This will contain controllers, models, and providers. So the controllers will handle the request and response. The model will interact with the database, and the providers will help to register or bind anything into the service container. Also, you can maintain the design patterns, so you can follow the service or repository. So you can maintain this folder structure according to your need. So in short, you can say all core logic lives inside this app folder itself. Further, we have this bootstrap folder in which we have this cache folder. So the application cache will be kept inside this. Next, we have this app.php. So firstly, let me resize this. In this, we can register our middleware. So if you want to create your custom middleware or custom routing file, which will be needed to register here inside app.php, we have this providers. So by default, we have this app service provider dot. So by default, we have this app service provider kept outside. Rest all the other service providers are moved inside Laravel core itself since Laravel 11 version. Further, we have this configuration folder in which we have all these configuration files. Next, we have this database in which we have the factories for creating the dummy data for the testing purpose. We have the migrations in which we have these 3 migrations added by default. We have the seeder for seeding the dummy data for the testing purpose. We have this database.sqlite because by default we choose an SQLite as database. We have this public folder in which we have this index.php, which is the entry point of Laravel application. So your Laravel application will start booting from here itself. So whenever we tried to access this homepage of our Laravel application, this initiated from this index.php itself. So by default, this public index.php file is accessible, and from here itself, this is calling app.php and this autoload.php. So this autoload.php will load all the dependencies for running the Laravel application, which is inside vendor folder. All right. And this app.php will load all the core services of the framework like providers and service container. Further, we have this resources in which we have the CSS file and JS file. So let's say if you want to configure your Tailwind CSS, even Bootstrap, or even any other CSS framework, you can install and configure it here. We have this JS in which we have this bootstrap.js file. Okay. We have this Vue in which this is rendering the Blade file, which is a template basically. So Laravel supports Laravel Blade as a templating engine. So by default, this Laravel 13 homepage is rendering from this welcome.blade.php. Further, we have this routes folder in which by default we have two types of route as console and web.php. So this console.php route is responsible for handling the console commands, which is a cron job basically. We have this web.php which is responsible for creating all the web routes for creating web applications. Further, apart from these two, we will have api.php and channel.php. So the api.php will be responsible for creating the route for REST APIs, and the channel.php route will contain all the routes related to broadcasting thing. Next, we have this storage in which we have some folders like app, and in which we have this private and public folders. So if you want to store any file, we will have to use this storage folder, and from there we can store and render the file. We have this framework which is containing the cache, session and views. We have this logs, so related to any exception, this will create and maintain one log file as laravel.log. Further, we have this tests folder in which this installed the paste for the testing framework. So here we can write the unit test cases and feature test cases. And lastly, we have this vendor folder in which all the dependencies related to running the Laravel application and even any third-party dependencies will be kept inside this. So this is all about Laravel 13 folder structure. Okay. So even though Laravel 13 does not introduce major changes in folder structure, however, understanding this is very important for building real-world applications. So next, I will create one route as route get, let's say, test. And here I will create one anonymous function in which I will return something, let's say, hey, this is Laravel 13. And I will close heading 1. And let's terminate this with semicolon. Now let's jump to the browser and we will try to access that route with /test. And yes, we are able to access that route. So we can customize this. Now let's try to run the second application which we created here. So this is also same Laravel 13. Okay. Now in the terminal, I will run php artisan serve. So here, firstly, it tried to run this application on 8000 port, but the 8000 port is already occupied for this first application. So that's why this switched to the next available port, which is 8001. So initially this will start from 8000 and then it will check if 8000 is available, then it will run on that, else it will check for next available port like 8001 or 8002 and so on. However, if you want to forcefully assign any different port, you can specify that using php artisan serve and -- port command. And let's say this time I want to assign a custom port like 8005. Now if I will hit enter, yes, this started running on localhost 8005. Now if we'll try to access this, localhost and the port number as 8005. And yes, here we have this second application running on 8005 port. So now you have successfully installed Laravel 13 and also understood its project structure. This is very important foundation before we start building real applications using Laravel 13. In the next episode, we will go deeper into routing and controllers in Laravel 13. So if you found this helpful, make sure to subscribe to Programming Fields and hit the bell icon. And also let me know in the comments if you faced any issue during installation steps. So thanks for watching and I will see you in the next episode.